Caring for a person with dementia is impossibly challenging. It takes the burden of caring for someone and then adding communication and cognitive deficits on top. So it's trying to do what you normally do, but almost speaking in code or having to infer and make guesses as to what that person needs. So I grew up with my mom, and she had a mom that had Alzheimer's or dementia. And often growing up, she would talk about her experience dealing with her mother and how challenging it was. My mom got diagnosed with dementia probably when I was in my early 20s. She had started losing her memory shortly before that. I remember still being in college and talking to her on the phone, or, my dad called and he said, "Hey, do you know where mom's keys are?" And I hadn't been home in days, and I was like, how would I know that? And I remember struggling on the phone. That was probably the first time that I thought to myself, things have surpassed normal memory deficits, and there's something wrong. In the end, the keys were around her neck. That was the first probably severe moment that Alzheimer's stopped life, to the point that it interrupted the whole family, So my mom had a mom with Alzheimer's. She was all stressed about developing it. In my early 20s, she developed Alzheimer's, and it's a gradual process. I think that's what's a little bit challenging and scary about the disease process, is that it starts slowly. The memory deficits at first are normal. Where did I put this? Where are we going again? But they get more severe to the point that you can't get daily life tasks done. Like, I can't find my keys. I can't leave the house. I can't remember who this person is. I don't want to go out anymore because I know I'll be running into people. The dementia worsened throughout my 20s. I had just started working professionally as a speech therapist, and things just kept getting worse. She declined. I think it's the same story. If you're a carer, you're probably experiencing it. That things get more challenging and more challenging. Doing daily life things one by one become more challenging. I think for her, it started, she wasn't finishing her meals. It was a lot of encouragement. Eat your food, eat your food. Then getting dressed became more challenging. Get out of bed, put your leg in. Come on, do it. She needed a lot of encouragement. Declined to the point that going to the bathroom was difficult. Having a conversation with her, I think that's the conversation decline in dementia is challenging because the topics shift. At first, you've got a healthy brain. You're talking about current events, what's going on, what your plans are. As dementia takes over, life becomes a game of questions almost. Where is this? Where are we going? Why? Who? When? How? Everything becomes a discussion and almost an argument. I have to explain to you the rationale of putting your pants on. It's incredibly frustrating because these are things this person's been doing their whole life independently. I think that that's how you notice a decline in language, is that what you talk about changes. It's a lot more questioning, a lot more concerns and worries, and you're constantly reassuring that person, and they don't understand. It doesn't work. You're just talking in circles. It's incredibly frustrating and scary, because that person is always understood, and now they're not understanding simple reasons. So eventually mom's language declined to that we weren't having conversations. The conversation then switched to do this, do that, come on, do it. Just directions and encouragement. I think if I could jump ahead, I think that's an area I really would have benefited from knowing memory lane games during. Because the conversations, how I relate to my mom became me giving directions, her complaining and being worried and suffering. We weren't talking about anything else. And to try to start a conversation about anything else just highlighted how gone she was. I wish I had memory lane games to use when we were interacting with other people to help me in those moments where I'm being a caregiver and I have to advocate and support my loved one socially. It would have been nice to have something to do.